my god. Is it live? Are people watching this? Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because we can edit it off. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Soundcheck. And hang tight because we'll be with you in just a second. Glad to see everybody jumping in the room. And I am delighted that hubby is hosting today. Welcome to Soundcheck.
Good sound check. Okay. All right. What a great sound check. Stay. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. I'm Hubby Jenkins coming to you from my home in Queens, New York. I've been drinking a lot of green tea in my backyard and looking at the spots where the squirrels are digging up all my plants. And I'm happy to be with all of yous. Let's say peace and love to all of our friends and family on Facebook. Good to see ya. How are ya? And now for the real fun part, let's say hello to everybody here joining us on the Zoom. Are you ready? Deep breath. And hello, Arlene in Berkeley, and Ruth in Birmingham, and Sherry in New Hampshire. How you doing, Luda and Mark in Victoria? Susan in Seattle, how you been? Hey, Jenny in Suffolk, what's going on? Amanda and Miles, I see you over in Michigan. Hey, Sandra and Susan and Dan in Vienna. Cricket, how's it been? Hey, Harriet in Illinois, and Kevin in New Hampshire, 740 days, geez Louise. Hey, Trish in Victoria, and Annette, and Brian, and James, how you doing? What's up, Becky in BC? Aloysius, how's it hanging? Hey, Deli and Carolyn, 740, of course. What's up, Sheila in Florida? What's going on, Denver in Kentucky, and Sue, and Julie, and Jamie in Victoria, and Kirsten, how's it going? What's up, Sarah in Texas, and Christiana and Bob, 740 days, can you believe it? Hey, Kate in Charlottesville, I'm going to be in Charlottesville soon, I'll see you there. What's up, Ann in Maryland? Hey, Nancy and Jim in New York. Fred in Silver Springs, how's it hanging? What's up, Dan and Don in Curly Tops driving? Whoa, slow down. Hey, Ralph in Victoria. Hey, Bonnie in Boise, and Bob in Tucson. Hey, Phil in, I don't know how to say that, Tottens? Oh, got close. What's up, iPad number 5? Hey, I think I said hi to Kirsten already, but hi, Broward in Victoria, and C, and Linda and Kathy and LMG and Joni, and connecting to audio. You're here every week, every day. I think I got everybody. So hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. We are doing our 2-year anniversary. People who have sung with us in the first year, people who have gotten us from the ground up to where we are today, and very joyful to be joined by our guests today. Sissa, please take it away, and friend. And, or maybe not right now. Maybe we'll take a break and hear more about me talking about how great it is at the Daily Antidote of Song every day. Never mind, I changed my mind. Here they are. Come take it away.
Thank you. I don't know what happened. We just disappeared. Hi, everybody. I'm Cissa Paz. I'm here today. Very lucky to have Diogo Brown with me. He's from Rio de Janeiro.
Hello, everybody.
Living in Miami. He has an amazing band called Gafieira Rio Miami, which is bringing back the samba de gafieira tradition and music and dance back to life, because it's something that it's never died, it's never going to die, but he has put together an amazing, beautiful, huge band, and I have the pleasure of filling in for his singer when she's not available. So that's what we're doing today. We're rehearsing for that, and that's why Joe was here, and I'm really lucky to have him. So we're going to do a song from his set list called O Samba é Meu Dom.
Simbora.
O samba é meu dom. Aprendi a bater samba ao compasso do meu coração. De quadra de rede, de roda na palma. moleque de partido alto e samba canção. O samba é meu dom. Aprendi a dançar samba vendo um samba pé no chão. No Império Serrano, a escola da minha paixão. No terreiro, na rua, no bar, gafieira e salão. O samba é meu dom. Aprendi a cantar samba com quem dele fez profissão. Mário Reis, Vassourinha, Ataúfo, Ismael, Jamelão. Com Roberto Silva, Senhor Dom Gacilo e João Gilberto. O samba é meu dom. Aprendi muito samba com quem sempre fez samba bom. Silazico, Aniceto, Anisca, Caxiné, Jaguarão. Heriberto, Marçal, Henribo, Henricão. O samba é meu dom. É no samba que eu vivo, no samba que eu ganho meu pão. No samba que eu quero morrer, de viola na mão. Pois quem é do samba, meu nome não esquece mais não. O samba é meu dom.
É isso aí.
Maravilha.
Brazilian music in DC. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll be lucky if one day Gafieira Rio Miami comes to DC. That would be really cool.
That would be amazing. We're a big band, pretty much like a jazz big band, but playing Brazilian tunes. That's what it is, pretty much.
And what's
Beautiful.
hey, that's a sweet as hell song. It's so sweet. But that's samba. That's like the samba rhythm, and what's the name of the song? If you were to translate it, what would the title be?
O samba é meu dom. Samba is my gift, as in gift from God, basically.
Oh wow. Yeah, tell us more about the band and what goes into a traditional band. What are the instruments? Who's playing? So on and so forth.
Well, it's like we have like 5 horns, alto, tenor, 2 trumpets, trombone, and then the whole rhythm section is like percussion, bass, drums, keys, acoustic guitars, and of course the vocals of Cissa Paz in the house.
Lucky me. It's very special. It's an honor and a privilege and a big challenge because these are songs that they're hard songs and it's a huge band. The arrangements are very specific, very beautiful, so you have to really be on point. So that's why we're here. Rehearsing. Getting it ready for next week.
And
Yep.
what's the hardest part of singing with a band like that? Like, is it not just knowing?
That's the hard part. Well, you have it's funny when Diogo describes it because he's like, there's this wall of sound behind you, like rah, all the horns. And it's like singing with a big orchestra. So you have to really project. You have to have presence. You have to know the arrangements very well. And I've only done it once so far. I performed with them only once, and it's a big challenge. That's the hardest part, I think, is making sure you have the arrangements correct, making sure that your voice is warm enough in the beginning of the performance, because you have to be able to project right from the first note. So, I think that's what it is. But it's also so fun. It's really, really amazing. So it's
Based on what you just did, I don't think it'll be a problem. I think you've got it. I think you'll be okay. I also just I never knew of this kind of music, like hearing it big band. Like, I guess I just know like all the, like what's his name, Antonio Jobim and stuff like that.
Antonio
That's
Jobim,
very
yes.
Small bands, and then like I've seen the movie Black Orpheus, which is all just guitar and stuff like that. So I've never known it to be a big band. Is that something that's very common, or is that just like unique to you guys?
It used to be in the 60s, like just like jazz big bands, people used to dance to that kind of setup. You have a dance hall, but you also have large bands playing live. But this doesn't happen anymore. And I decided to, hey, why not, bring that back? And we have a lot of dancers, actually professional dancers, or some people that are just getting started. that love to dance to that stuff, but there's nowhere you can find it, that type of thing here.
Live,
So
yeah.
live, you know. So but now we do, you know.
Very
Can you guys talk about?
Qual a website?
Gafieirahumanami.com.
I'm gonna write down here the name so that you guys can check out the website gafieirahumiami.com, and you can find them on Instagram too. Gafieira Rio Miami.
Yes.
What were you gonna ask? I'm sorry.
I think my next questions were, I guess, what is the importance to both of you of preserving or bringing back this music? What's important about bringing back that?
Well, I guess we have a lot of people nowadays that really miss that type of stuff, and some other people that have never heard of that type of thing, you know. So I think for both people, we can bring it back for some people that are really familiar with that, and bring something new and rich and like it's like real, bring back the real authentic Brazilian music, you know. So this is really important for me, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the music has been kind of dying off and becoming very kind of bland in a lot of ways, and this is not bland at all. It's very rich, it's very large and beautiful, and it's kind of like the roots of so many different things that are coming up now. So I think that's another reason why it's very important.
Yeah. I know, like, I play lots of like American old-timey music, so it's also like being able to connect it to the history and the importance of, like, you know, the struggle and all that kind of stuff as it goes through. I don't really know the history of a lot of that in Brazil, but I wonder if there's like a connection in that way too.
That is actually a good point that you mentioned that, because I was just thinking, what we do, it's based on American jazz music, you know, but with the Brazilian feel, you know, not the swing, because then you already do that, you know. I don't want to do something that you already do. I want to do something else, you know, but with a little bit of the vibe, and it smells like jazz, you know.
But very percussive.
Sounds like jazz too, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's jazz. It's a genre of jazz, you know.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Can we learn a little bit more about the song you picked? Why did you pick the song? And people want to hear like a translation of the lyrics and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what do you say?
So this song is by Wilson das Neves, né? Who's he's passed away, but he was an amazing
Paulo César
composer, and also Paulo César Pinheiro, another amazing composer. These guys, as well as João Nogueira and a few other people who have written amazing samba music, which is from this era, from the 60s and 70s, and these are songs that are sung, that everybody sings till this day, but some of them are not as well known. Like this one is not a song that a lot of people know. I think that a lot of the João Nogueira songs are a little bit more well known, and even Paulo César is a little bit more well known than Wilson. But this song is really, I picked it out of the repertoire because I think it's really gorgeous, and it's a representation of how we feel about samba itself, because he's talking about how he learned samba. He learned samba and he names people in the song. He names this person, and João Gilberto is one of the people that whoever knows Brazilian music might know who that is. But he talks about all these people who he learned from, and he's saying that samba is my gift from God. It's how I live my life. It's how I bring the bread home. It's how I make my money. I want to, if I'm going to be in samba, I'm basically never going to die, because whoever's from samba is always going to know my name. He says that in the end of the song. So it's a really gorgeous, gorgeous tune.
And then, is there like a strong, or not strong, I would say, but is there like, what's the Brazilian scene like you said you're in Florida, in Miami?
Miami, yeah.
What's the scene like there?
He's the local one, so.
It is strong. I believe it's stronger than in DC, I guess.
Probably.
But not quite. It's very. when you go to Brazilian place here, that's gonna be that particular type of music that everybody's gonna do pretty much. The whatever is playing on the radio right now, that type of environment, And what we're trying to do is the opposite. We're going como é que a gente fala, né? Pelas margens, assim, né?
Through the margins.
Yeah, we're going through the margins, and
Around,
and pick something very special, that it's very valuable, So there is a scene here. There is, in fact, we were playing a Carnival Festival. You guys are very welcome to come, enjoy some caipirinhas, some Brazilian barbecues in the tropical weather. Get out of that cold, the beautiful town, but it's pretty cold. Yeah.
Forgot the beach. Don't forget the beach. So the beach.
Oh, the beach.
And the beach. Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
I need to go. I went to Miami one time. This is a Hubby Jenkins story, but I was on tour and we were staying at the hotel at the airport, and I had $120 in my bank account. And we're like, we're gonna go to Miami, but let's have a drink at the hotel bar before we go to Miami. And we're like, yeah. And I went to drink, and the drink was $12, and the bartender accidentally ran $120 on my card. $0. So I've seen like the Hilton by the airport, and it was very nice. I was like, wow, Miami's got a nice airport Hilton. That's cool.
Miami's
but
pretty
I definitely
cool.
need to do that trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let us know when you do.
I'm gonna call you. Yeah. And maybe I'll get a guitar lesson too. I don't know all those.
He's actually an amazing
right hand.
bass player. He's actually an amazing bass player. He's also an amazing guitarist, obviously, but he's a bassist. That's his profession. So.
Yes.
Upright, probably.
I used to play a lot of upright in a band called Nouvelle Vague, a French band called Nouvelle Vague. We're actually playing DC. We play at this club called 930.
930 Club.
Yeah.
The DC people will know.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome. Yeah.
He lives in New York.
I've been to DC. I think I've played the 930 Club, but at my age, it's hard to remember things. What else? I guess we're gonna jump back into our song soon.
So we actually have to log out so we can rehearse, but I want to see if anybody has any more questions for me. Please email me, cissapaz@gmail.com, and I will be so happy to talk to you about today and anything else.
I think that's the last question I saw was about the expat community and everything like that. Do you have time to sing it one more time and then we'll jump out?
The song?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
O samba é meu dom. Aprendi a bater samba ao compasso do meu coração. De quadra de enredo, de roda na palma da mão. De breque, de partido alto e samba canção. O samba é meu dom. Aprendi a dançar samba vendo um samba pé no chão. No Império Serrano, na escola da minha paixão. No terreiro, na rua, no bar, gafieira e salão. O samba é meu dom. Aprendi a dançar samba vendo um samba pé no chão. Mário Reis, Vassourinha, Taúfo, Ismael, Jamelão. Com Roberto Silva, Senhor Dom Gacílio, João Gilberto. O samba é meu dom. Aprendi muito samba com quem sempre fez samba bom. Silazico, Aniceto, Aniscar, Caxiné, Jaguarã. Zeco Fome, Eriveto, Marçal, Marigô, Henricão. O samba é meu dom. É no samba que eu vivo, do samba que eu ganho meu pão. E é no samba que eu quero morrer, de baqueta na mão. Pois quem é do samba, meu nome não esquece mais não. O samba é meu dom. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Muito obrigado. Thank you so much.
See you next time. Thanks everybody. Daily Antidotes. Kisses.
So great to hear you guys. Thank you for sharing the music. Have fun rehearsing. And yeah, that was smooth. I know it's a singing song. We didn't get to learn the song, but sometimes the Daily Antidote of song for me is also dance song, and I definitely felt it in my shoulders a little bit. And you couldn't see my toes, but they were tapping. But yeah, I guess that's our Daily Antidote for today. So great to see all of you, and come back mañana for more. Let's start by saying goodbye to all of our friends and family on Facebook Live. We love you very much. We'll see you soon.